This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Up first on today's show, Kyle Bauer and David Clawson discuss some of the issues facing cattlemen in 2017.
Hi, I have the opportunity to visit with newly elected President of the Kansas Livestock Association, David Clawson. David, tell us about your farming and ranching background.
I grew up in Haskell County and went to school at Satana. We had a irrigated dryland farm operation and as well as a cow-calf operation. The cows would spend the summers in Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle with my grandparents on the grass down there that they had developed. And in 1995, we acquired some grass in the Inglewood area. And my wife and I moved down there to take on that part of it. So currently, me and my brother are farming and running a cow-calf operation in the Inglewood, the Plains, and on down into the Panhandles, taking care of what grandparents and great-grandparents had put together.
Certainly, when we look at livestock industry in the state, dairy continues to grow, and you're involved with that as well.
Yes, High Plains Dairy is, I'm a partner, and me and my brother were partners and extended family at that right in the High Plains Dairy. We started that in 2001 with other producers in the Plains area to try to be right at the start of the dairy industry as it was growing in Kansas.
You've been involved with KLA for a number of years as well.
Yes, KLA does a great job at getting youth involved in KLA. So right out of college, I had 1 year free membership, and I've been showing up ever since and offering my services if they needed it. And they've been putting me to work. I've been in the cow-calf Stalker Council at that time. It's now Stock Growers Council. I got to chair that as well as tax committee, and they've sent me to work doing a few NCBA things as well. So,
you've mentioned work, and certainly being the chairman of Kansas Livestock Association is work. As you see the next year stacking up, what will your work involve?
Probably the number one issue is the budget facing the state of Kansas. So I know the staff and the officers are going to be very focused on property taxes. So we have policy to try to keep property taxes up as low as we can, and we'd like to keep those in check and not raise those. So with the budget shortfall, we know that's going to be attacked. So we're there to ready to protect those property taxes. And then on top of that, they're also going to probably attack the use value appraisal of agricultural property. And we need to protect that at all costs too.
We're visiting with David Clawson. He is the newly elected president of Kansas Livestock Association. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.